Well, welcome everyone to Love versus Hate. My name is Anne, and I am your old-fashioned nerd.
And I'm Emily, your mainstream millennial.
And Emily and I like to debate and argue about things in life that we love and that we just absolutely hate.
And I can never get this part of the script right, as Anne likes to always say, so I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to say now.
You're supposed to say, and usually we disagree.
Oh, yeah. That.
Okay, well, anyway. So it's close to Easter. Easter has actually passed, but happy Easter, everyone. I know it's been
Easter.
An Easter like no other. I think this is, this is the first Easter I'm not spending with my family, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, and we hope you guys all had a safe Easter with yummy food, hopefully, and that you're all still happy and healthy. Did you see what I did there?
Did you say happy instead of happy?
Yeah.
Wow. I kind of approve, actually. I did see what she did there. But before we get too far into talking about Easter, there has been something that has happened recently that I wanted to talk to Emily about. And it is this craze over a Netflix documentary. And I guarantee you that 90% of our listeners are about to say, or have already said in their heads, exactly what we're about to talk about. Emily, what am I talking about?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Just kidding. No.
Just kidding. That's not on Netflix. I know. I wish it was. No. Tiger King, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol.
Emily, you can never say that on this podcast ever again.
Oh, but I will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Anne and I don't know why I just said hi. Anne and I. That's what Tiger King does to you people. We have both seen Tiger King. And we literally had a phone, FaceTime chat once Anne was finished. So we could talk about our favorite people and our least favorite people. Which, by the way, we don't really have favorite people because none of the people are very favorable.
Well, they all have such varying sides of the story, and they all just have things about them that were made evident, and it just was their lives are just so crazy.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Some of the things that they've disputed and fought over and done. And I mean, the thing is too, you're seeing it as this whole picture. So as this whole picture, there is missing persons cases. I don't want to give too much away. Well, everybody knows we spoil on this show. I'm sorry. If you haven't watched Tiger King, we're going to talk about it for probably the next 5 minutes at least. So
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, there's a missing persons case. There's arson. There's thieving, and there's, attempted murder, and cults, and...
And you can't forget about that expired meat.
Oh, I can forget, though.
I always remember that, and Anne always gets, triggered after I say it. Just kidding. She doesn't get triggered. Do you get triggered, Anne?
No, but it's definitely not pleasant.
Yeah. So it's only 7 episodes, but wow, it really just changes your life.
Yeah, it's very interesting, definitely. And it was a 5-year process. Oh, and I even forgot to mention the federal investigators, and there's just a lot that happens to these people in this industry of. It's all about. We haven't even talked about what it's about. We've just talked about what's in it.
Yeah. In case nobody is aware.
Yeah. In case nobody has heard of it or knows what it's about the large cat industry in America.
Big cat.
Big cat, yes, thank you. There are roughly, between, I think they said something around 10,000 captive big cats in America and only about 4,000 in the wild.
Yeah.
So there's a significant amount more that we have held captive than are actually in the wild.
And that are being bred.
Yes. Breeding is huge, yep. And yeah, it's a whole industry. I mean, and the thing that's interesting about it and makes it so what makes the documentary so compelling is that these characters that are in this industry, they're just these people who are very much characters. They feel like they were written out of fiction, but they're real people, and it's just kind of mind-blowing. And just some of the things that they've done, it's just kind of crazy. And yeah, and it's all one world. Like, they all share this world of owning big cats, and so it's kind of insane. But yeah, that's the latest thing that everybody has watched on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Netflix apparently.
Yep. It is in the top 10 on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it already, it's only 7 episodes long, so you might as well do something during your quarantine. But Anne, what are you currently watching on Netflix now that you don't have Tiger King? Or are you just, you can't even get over it, so you can't even watch anything?
Well, I kind of feel like I need a break. Yeah, because I watched it with my roommate, and after we finished the last episode, we both just kind of looked at each other and we're like, I don't know if I could even recommend this. It's just kind of insane. And it was, as I described to her, I was like, it was draining to watch. Like, you couldn't believe some of the things these people were doing. It was just draining. But though, I have heard that Community is coming to Netflix, and so I think I'm going to have to do a rewatch of Community. Rewatch, by the way, means when you watch something again.
Oh, wow. Thank you for your insight. Thank you.
You're welcome. I knew you were confused.
Yeah, I am currently watching The People versus O.J. Simpson, the American True Story, I think it's called. Yeah, I think that's like the series. So I'm only on the first episode, but so far it's good. I am very intrigued. I love true crime, so there we go. That's what I moved on next.
Just staying kind of in that documentary, true, real world stuff.
Yeah, but it's not a documentary. It's like a retelling. So,
yeah, dramatization of it.
Yep. That's
Gotcha.
right.
Yeah. Well, onto a completely different topic.
A happier
let's
topic.
Let's talk about, much happier. Let's talk about Easter.
Yes. So I think the most important part of Easter is obviously the candy.
Oh, yes. I have to say, those Reese's peanut butter cups, I don't know what makes that egg shape so special, but it is the best Reese's peanut butter cup you can possibly have when it's those egg-shaped ones. The rest are like, they're okay, but like the egg one, do you know what I mean? They're just so good. I don't get it.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. I feel like the ratio of chocolate to peanut butter is just way off. The egg is too much peanut butter, not enough chocolate.
No, you're wrong.
And so I'm going to agree to disagree with you. I prefer the Christmas tree ones over the Easter egg ones. So
okay, well, the Christmas tree ones are good, and I guess if you have to put that as your preference, I won't argue. But I do like the egg-shaped ones.
My favorite candy, I think, would have to be jelly beans.
You know what? I have never been a big fan of jelly beans. I just never have. But my roommate got Starburst flavored jelly beans, and they are thebomb.com. They are so good. I've eaten like half the bag of all of them. It's so delicious. Other than that, though, I'm not a big jelly beans fan.
Well, yeah, you have to get the right brand. You can't just get like the disgusting ones, like that are just like no brand, or the store brand ones that are gross. Maybe that's what you've been eating your whole life. But yes, the Starburst brand is delicious. And then I also really like the Nerd one.
Oh, I bet those are good. I do want to try those now.
Yeah, because the outside is all like an actual nerd candy. That's what the coating is. And then the inside is jelly bean. Oh, so good.
That does sound good. I would try that.
Yes. I wish I could go to the store and just get a plethora of different jelly beans that we could try, but not in today's world.
Yeah, maybe once the quarantine is over, but
maybe
it's still currently happening.
Maybe the next time I go to the grocery store for something else, I'll see if they have them, but I'm not going to the store just to get some jelly beans, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. I also really like, I don't know who makes them exactly, but they're just those like little egg chocolates that they kind of taste like a Whopper. Maybe Whoppers makes them.
You
or
mean
Whopper?
Whopper?
Or Whopper, yeah. What did I say?
Whopper. The first time you said it, I knew what you were talking about, but I was like, why does that word sound funny? Like, that's
Yeah, it
not
was
right.
like-
But I
yeah,
don't
that's
remember
like
what it
kinda-
is.
I kind of paused and was like, wait, is that right? A Whopper. And then I was like, wait, am I only thinking of the Burger King burger? Is that why? Yeah, I was getting confused. But yeah, a Whopper. Those are good. I really like those.
Yeah. Are you more of a chocolate person or a fruity candy person?
I mean, I definitely love both. Honestly, when it comes to chocolate, I'd much rather have a brownie or like chocolate ice cream or have chocolate like as a dessert. When it comes to candy, I'd rather have something fruity.
You mean like instead of like for candy, would you count like M&Ms as candy and not chocolate?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So like
Gotcha.
if you put an M&M or a Starburst in front of me, I'm going for the Starburst every time. Like I'd much rather have something fruity. I like M&Ms though, but like I'd rather have, if you put a brownie and a Starburst in front of me, I'd pick the brownie. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, I got you.
chocolate candies aren't necessarily my favorite, but chocolate, to die for.
I got you. I love the peanut M&Ms when they're in like
Yes.
the what's that word called? The
case, the bag,
the color. What's the color? The
huh?
what are colors? The Easter colors. It's
Baby
they're like
colors.
shoot.
There's a name for like the
Yes.
like pale blue and
Yes,
pink
there
and
is.
yellow.
Yes. What the heck is
Pastels?
it? Yes. Pastels.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know you were dying over there.
Yes. I love when they're in the pastel colors. They're just so
Do
pretty.
they taste different? Oh,
No.
you just like the look.
But they're pretty. I like to eat the pretty ones better.
Yeah, I know. We had this conversation at one point, and I'm going to bring our listeners in on it, where we talked about how we eat M&Ms. And we
Yes.
actually eat them very similarly.
Yes.
It's a science, and I bet all of our listeners have a way too. Emily, how do we eat them?
So we get out a handful, we set them down, or just look at them in our hands, and we eat them by color first.
Yes.
So you
color
have to
first.
eat-
Least favorite to favorite.
Yeah, so it goes brown, red, yellow, or is it orange first? Those two are kind
red-
of interchangeable for me.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
And then blue and then green. Green is my
Yes.
favorite.
Green is
And
last.
then it's also by amount.
Size, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, size. Oh, yeah,
Well, that's how
guess.
I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if there's color first, and then if there's two green ones left and there's a smaller green one, I eat the smaller one first and then the large green one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then also, do you eat like the outer shell first before you eat the peanut, or do you eat them at the same time?
Occasionally I want to like look at the peanut and I'm like, oh, well, I want to see what's in there. But then most of the time,
Oh my gosh.
most of the time I just eat it whole.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so funny. I didn't mean I don't look at the peanut. I just like separate them in my mouth and then I eat them. I don't like take the peanut out to look at it.
Well, I don't either, but I'll bite it purposefully in half so that I can look at it.
Because
don't actually
sometimes I'm
take
like,
it
oh,
out.
I want to see what's in there.
I'm not the only one out there that's like this. Come on,
Oh my
listeners,
gosh,
you know.
you're funny. Yeah. So when you were growing up, did you have like Easter baskets and like do Easter egg hunts and stuff?
I did Easter egg hunts. We never had an Easter egg basket, though. The Easter Bunny never visited my house.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Wow.
But like I said, we did do Easter egg hunts, and we would do them on both sides of my family. And it was nice because they provided different things. Like on my mom's side, it was much more of a like kind of traditional Easter egg hunt where you actually have to grab all of the eggs and then open the eggs up. And they usually were filled with money. which was really
Ooh.
exciting. Yeah, so we'd usually hide like a $10 and a $5 bill and then a bunch of like ones and cents. So you always got excited when you picked one up that didn't rattle because you knew it had a dollar bill in there or some kind of bill.
Mm-hmm.
And so whoever got like the $10 bill, was big deal. But yeah, there was money in them. So that was always really exciting.
That's cool.
And then on my dad's side, it was much more, we would hide eggs filled with stuff, but it was more commonly like they would hide sodas and large candy bars and like little, like just everything, like snack bags and snacks and candy and just everything, but it wasn't necessarily strictly in an egg. They would hide eggs as well, but it was like all across the board.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And they usually were much bigger because we would invite like, we also just had more family on that side, more kids. And then we also would invite like friends and like neighbors would come over and stuff like that. And it was a much bigger hunt. And it usually would last a little while.
Yeah, I don't remember having like Easter egg hunts for my family, but my mom and dad did do like Easter egg baskets, but like they hid them, but it was really stupid the way they hid them. It was just like in the living room next to the TV, like
Oh.
I was like, oh, I wonder where it is. Nice job hiding. But then like everything was already in it. Oh, how do you feel about Peeps? We got to talk about Peeps.
They're disgusting.
You don't like Peeps?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You
Anne.
like Peeps?
My favorite kind of
Of
peep
course you do.
is a stale peep.
Ew.
You gotta open up the package and let it sit for like a week, and then they'll get like all hard, and then it's so good. And
Emily.
it's delicious.
No. It's just a giant sugar puff, and I don't like them.
Yeah, that's what all candy is, Anne.
Yeah, but they're not puffy.
Yummy. I love
And you,
Peeps.
and you don't even like the puff. You want it to be hard and crusty and gross.
Yummy. Yeah, same thing with like just regular marshmallows. Like if you have regular marshmallows, I just like take a few out of the bag and just set them on the counter so they can get hard. So good.
Okay, I think you might be the only person in the world that actually would like a stale marshmallow.
I don't think I am, and I'm going to put up a poll on our Instagram story. So, everyone, please pick up your phone, go to our Instagram, Love versus Hate podcast. I don't know what it is. It's Love versus Hate or Love versus Hate podcast. You can find out. And go to our story and vote. Okay, thank you. We also have Twitter and Facebook while I'm at it. You can check us out there too.
And
YouTube. I always forget about good old YouTube.
Yeah. It's okay. Most of our listeners do as well. It's fine. We don't have a lot of views on there, and it's totally fine. It's totally okay. Gosh, I feel like I'm learning so much about you right now.
It's delicious. Now I want a stale marshmallow or a peep. Yum.
Well, I'm never going to agree with that. That
I feel like you
disgusting.
can't knock it till you try it, Anne.
Okay, that is fair. I will try it.
If I get some Peeps, I am going to set them out, and then after quarantine is over, you can have them.
Can you promise though not to don't set them out for the whole quarantine, just like the week before it ends?
I don't know when quarantine will end, so however long it'll last, that's how stale they'll be.
Okay, well, Emily, I think we should share what's like one of your favorite Easter memories besides eating stale Peeps, because we've already talked about that.
Well, that is one of my most favorite memories, but my other memory that I have is we would make a bunny cake at my grandma's house. It's just like a cake in the shape of a bunny, and then you decorate it, and like you put white frosting on it, and then you put like little coconut flakes on it for like the hair, and like licorice for the whiskers, and it was really cute and fun. And we did that on my mom's side one year, and we did it on my dad's side at like my aunt's house. So like all of my cousins would be there, and we'd all be decorating our bunny cake.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I always loved doing the egg decorating where you get to dip them in the dye.
Oh, yeah.
I loved doing that. And I loved like, I would dip one in like red and then I would flip it and dip it in blue, but then I would purposefully put it like more than halfway so I'd get a stripe of purple.
Mm-hmm.
And though, every time I decorated an egg, and this still disappoints me to this day, I always wanted to do the white crayon, where you like draw something in white crayon. It never works. It never works that well. I mean, it kind of works, but it's always disappointing every time.
Oh, it doesn't disappoint for me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you need to teach me your technique. I feel like every time I've written with the white crayon, it just does not turn out the way I want it to.
You have to like go over it multiple times.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem.
Yeah,
okay,
I totally forgot that egg dyeing was a thing. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I was always one of my favorite, and I also just really like hard-boiled eggs, so I'd get to eat them afterwards. And that,
Yeah. I feel like
it's fun.
I feel like Easter is kind of like people kind of forget about what you do at Easter. Like I totally forgot that you would like dye eggs. I kind of forgot about like the Easter basket hunt until we just had this call. Like all I could think about like when we talked about having an Easter episode was like, oh, ham, church, that's Easter. Totally forgot about Peeps until like 5 minutes ago.
And all the Easter candy.
Yeah. But
I think a large part of that is just this year because Easter is kind of
all
I don't
messed
know, I feel
up.
like it's just all messed up. So
Yeah, that's true. Like
maybe that's part of it.
like you go into the store to like you walk into Target and they have like 3 aisles of Easter candy. And so then you would think about Easter. But yeah, I haven't really thought about Easter.
Yeah. Weird.
Another thing that I just remembered was I remember going to my aunt's house one Easter and she had these Jell-O molds in the shape of Easter eggs and they all had different patterns on them. And she made like Jell-O Easter eggs and they were so good because they were like all different like flavors. And I was like, this is the best Easter ever.
Aw. I do actually really love Jell-O molded food. I don't know. It's like something totally from the like 50s. Jell-O was it was like 50s or 60s when Jell-O became the craze, especially putting fruits and stuff into Jell-O.
Oh, yes.
That was huge.
I love pears and lime Jell-O. So good.
I really like strawberry Jell-O. That's what we make a lot in my family. It's really good.
Now I want some Jell-O.
Yeah, me too, kind of.
Okay, bye guys. We're going to go make Jell-O.
I've never made Jell-O, actually.
What?
I've only ever, I know. Living on your own, you're trying to expand your cooking palette, and I haven't gotten to Jell-O yet.
Wow. I bought Jell-O actually for the quarantine because I was like, well, might as well make some Jell-O.
You know what? Jell-O and Cool Whip is so good. I like Cool Whip with my Jell-O.
Do you know what I like to do with my Jell-O?
I'm kind of scared after I learned about Peeps. Do you leave it sit for a week and then eat it once it's rock hard?
No, that would be gross. But you might think this is gross too. I'm sorry, listeners, if you think this is gross. So I put it in my mouth and then you like swish it until it becomes like a liquid. So you're like, I don't know how to like show
Are you going to actually give us the sound of how that?
No, I don't want to do that. I was, but then I
Okay.
was like, no, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that's not a very good auditorial thing that our listeners want to listen to.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what you do. And it's so good. It's like, first it's a solid and then it's a juice. Yum.
I have to say, I've never done that with my Jell-O, and I don't think I ever will.
It's so fun. Probably get
I
cavities.
think you and I
doing
have
that.
you and I have different definitions of fun. I do not leave Peeps out for a week and call that fun and delicious.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so Easter kind of turned out into more of a, what does Emily do that we find disgusting?
Yeah.
I like this kind of episode. That's fun.
I'm sure there's other people out there that do that. Please tell me if it's one of you, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll put a poll out for sure. Let's see. I definitely don't ever remember dressing up for Easter, though. Like, I know that's like a thing. You dress up and you wear dresses and, you dress nice for church. I don't ever really remember doing that. Did you do that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like where we live in Wisconsin, it can either be like really cold and snowing, or it can be nice out, or it can be anywhere in between. So, like, of course, it's Easter, it's like spring, you want to dress like cute and warm in a dress and be like, "Ah, it's so nice out. Easter, yay." But then sometimes you got to put on a winter coat and like you feel like, "Ugh, are you kidding me? I just want it to be nice out." But I remember one year I wore this like matching set. I must have been in like elementary school or something. Do you know what gauchos are? Do you remember what gauchos are?
I feel like you've mentioned them before back when we were talking about like the 90s or early 2000s,
Oh
but I
yeah,
don't
maybe.
remember.
So yeah, they're like it's like a capri length pant, and it's like a really stretchy material, and they're kind of like uh they go out. They're kind of like bell bottom, like that's how they flare out at the bottom, but they
Okay,
only
I'm
go
kind of
to like
remembering.
mid calf.
Sounds like a total 90s thing.
Yeah, so I had these like robin egg blue colored gauchos with a matching robin egg blue colored shirt.
Oh no. Oh boy.
That had like white like circles and patterns all on it. Oh my gosh, it was a look. And then I probably had some like platform like sandals or something that probably just looked bad too. So that was my look.
Yeah, I feel that sounds so classic 90s. I can picture it actually.
Yeah. So that's all I remember. But nowadays you just wear your normal like jeans and a nice sweater or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I would wear, but not this year. I'll probably just
Me in my
wear
PJs.
pajamas. Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I can think about for fashion. Not much to say there.
Yeah. I feel like it was much more of a thing. Well, I don't know. I mean, there are the bunny suits, you know, people put their kids in bunny suits. We were always in my family, we didn't have bunny suits or anything, but we did have a Santa suit that pretty much every single one of the kids got in at some point and had a picture of. But no bunny suits.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you ever get your picture taken with the bunny Easter bunny? I don't know why I said that weird. With the bunny Easter?
With the bunny? That was really weird. I'm not doing that again. Let's see. I don't have any memory of it. It's possible that it happened, but I also am just terrified of those things, and I've always been that way, even as a kid. So I never once asked my mom for a picture like that, and my mom's not the type to force that upon me.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can remember is doing like I said, the Santa suit. That was something we kind of had to do and we didn't have a choice in. But other than that, my mom was good about not forcing me to take pictures with strangers.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about a bunny suit, but yeah, I remember I have a photo of us with Santa Claus when we went to the bank. I guess he was at our bank. So I have that.
See,
but
did you want, because like if your kids want to, I'm all for it. Like if your kids are like, yeah, it's your bunny, I want a picture, like that's fine. But if I definitely was never that way. Were you that way? Did you always want to get a picture?
no, I think I was really shy, so I probably would have hated that.
Yeah.
I would hate it today too.
All right. Well, Emily, I think you need to let our listeners know, what is your life lesson from talking all about Easter?
My life lesson is, if you have realized that you forgot to eat your Peeps that you left unopened, it's okay. They're still tasty.
That is a life lesson for a small minority of our listeners.
Okay, my real life lesson is, don't let food go to waste. Okay? Eat the Peeps.
Okay.
What's yours?
I would say, if you want to have a really good Easter egg hunt, put money in there. You don't have to put a lot, just like $1 bills, like maybe your $5 bill is the big money prize and you end up only putting like 15. Like maybe you put 10 $1 bills and one $5. It's only a little bit of money, makes it very exciting.
Yeah.
That's my life. Because like it's just this hunt for, that actually does remind me, I did an Easter egg hunt with some friends in college. We had an Easter party. It was really, really fun. We played all sorts of games, and we did do a mini Easter egg hunt hunt. And my parents actually had visited like the weekend before, and I had told them about this plan. And so they gave me $15 of like some, I know it was really sweet of them, but they're like, oh, here, like you can use this for your hunt. I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And, or maybe it was even more than that. I don't remember. It was like 20 or whatever it was. So we had like the $5 bill was the big prize. And you have no idea how obsessive my friends got over. Like, I'm going to find that buddy. Like, it just made it so fun. It was really, really fun. So that's my life lesson.
That sounds real fun.
Yeah, we should try it. We could do a little, I don't know. Can you do an Easter egg hunt with 2 people? It's probably boring. Is that boring?
No, I'll do it.
How do we do a virtual Easter egg hunt? That's what we need to answer, actually.
You can do an Easter egg hunt with Taylor Swift's CD like inserts that has her lyrics. She has like little messages in there. That can be your Easter egg hunt.
Okay, no, we're going to call it. And that's the end of the episode, everybody. We're not talking about Easter eggs that you find in like a show or Tay-Tay's album.
Ugh, fine. All
Anyway,
right, well,
that's it.
happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.